Give me a moment to pull up this feed. I want to do some cards. I'm going to be doing mermaid cards, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about these energy shifts that we're kind of going through. We have a lot of, we'll say, highly charged energy coming in, and we also have tomorrow the 4/4 porthole. So I want to talk a little bit about these energy shifts that we're about to go through. So give me a moment to pull this feed up and kind of share it out. If you're just finding me, take a second to share it out too. If you're going to want a card, you can literally just go ahead and drop a comment. And give me a minute, like I said, to share this out. I want to talk a little bit about, I keep on kind of talking about where I see this year leading us, and this is very much a bridge or a gateway to the new. So we kind of have a lot going on. I kind of want to talk about that, where this is kind of leading us. So give me a moment, just sharing it. We're going to be doing mermaid and dolphin cards. I thought we could use a little bit of water energy today. So I'm going to talk a little bit about these energy shifts that we're going through. I'm just taking a second to hold this up and share it out. So while I get set up, literally just go ahead and drop a comment if you're going to want a card. Takes a little longer to get set up on here. Hold on. All right, I'll probably be live on YouTube for the next week or so. So if you guys have not, liked and subscribed to this channel, make sure that you do that too. It kind of solves a little bit of a problem I was having with not being able to download some of my videos and put them on here. So I see I'm kind of like doing new things over here. All right, today's my day off, but I wanted to come do a live so that I could talk a little bit about some of the things going on, because I didn't want to just leave everyone hanging. We do have some big energetic shifts that we're getting ready to go through right now. All right. So take a sec, share this out. I'm about to get started. I'm doing the same. All right, we have a lot of energy that's continuing to come in. We have a lot that's happening with the collective. That's kind of a separate topic. I've been trying to stay away from it because, you can really get kind of sucked in to some of the things that are happening right now. I think it's very important that we're viewing what is unfolding across the collective from a very spiritual perspective. I talked about the last couple of videos I've been doing where we're giving a very third dimensional perspective on what's happening with the planet right now, and it hasn't really caught up with this awakening or this ascension process right now. We have a lot of energy coming into the planet. I think that a lot of people are going to figure out that these are powerful energies. So a lot of people will stumble upon a video like this and they'll be like, oh, this must be new age stuff or some type of belief system or some type of religion, right? But we can see that when we're talking about these waves of ascension energies coming in, I can pull up my space weather app and I can actually scientifically see that these are powerful energies. If you go look at some of these, we'll say, space weather statistics, they will tell you that these incoming geomagnetic energies and storms and solar waves, right? And solar waves and photons and cosmic rays and things like that can have a very real effect on our physical body and our health. And, you can see where if you see some of these geomagnetic disturbances, they can put the power out. They can, if you have underlying health issues, they can be really hard on your body. They worry about people with, pre-existing conditions and some of these energies as well. So we have a lot of energy continuing to stream in. This is the new normal that people are struggling to get used to. There's a lot of kind of fear propaganda being spread. That isn't what people need during this time. They need to know how to raise their vibrational frequency. They need to learn how to better navigate these new energies, because people are still kind of trucking along, we'll say, from these third dimensional kind of perspectives and kind of doing the same old things. And, you know, these energies are intense and they're hard to kind of learn how to navigate, right? That's what I'm all about. I've just been learning how to navigate living in the middle of a, we'll say, mass awakening, global ascension, and learning how to navigate these energies. I figured out pretty fast that I was becoming very sensitive to some of these energy shifts, and we need to learn how to, you know, kind of rewire and reprogram how we've been living life so that we can better adjust to these influxes of high frequencies. I can tell you what is happening. People have been at a low frequency for a while, and, you know, unless we change and do some type of, you know, internal work, not much is going to change externally. This is all about the internal shifts that we're making, right? Literally internal energetic shifts. And so we know that we can't raise our vibrational frequency overnight. It's something we have to kind of gradually, continually work at as well. But people have been, you know, vibrating at a certain frequency, and suddenly the frequency of the entire planet is going up, and it is gradually increasing, and it's not going to stop. And so people are so used to being like, you know, in resonance with this low frequency, and as these energies are coming up, and they're not really, a lot of people aren't aware that something is even happening on the planet. They're just feeling not good, maybe having health problems, maybe just feeling irritable, anxiety, feeling uncomfortable, right? Things like that. And so we can see the natural response if someone is, you know, feeling uncomfortable in the higher frequencies is to try to lower the frequency, right? Sometimes people try to control the situation or the dynamic with where they're living or their situations, but we're not able to do that. We have to learn how to literally adapt to much higher frequencies. That can be really hard on the physical body. I know all about this because when I was at these low frequencies and when the planet was going through these dense energies, it was really hard on my body. And I know a lot of starseeds can probably agree with that statement, where sometimes the low frequencies weren't feeling so good for us, right? And so now the reverse will be true, because we're talking about an entire planet of mostly third dimensional humans, right? Trying to grasp this awakening and this ascension. And guess what? We don't have a huge mass disclosure occurring, right? Our mainstream media is spreading a lot of fear right now, and, you know, we'll say a lot of misinformation as well with that, and not really understanding the big picture, and it's not really helping people. What really would help people is understanding this ascension process, and that we need to change and evolve as human beings to even catch up with keep up and catch up with these energies, right? And so literally we have to do a lot of internal work to do that in raising our vibrational frequency. So if people are not doing that kind of spiritual work, you know, there's going to be we'll say it's not going to be good for our frequency, right? At a certain point, and it might even be damaging to the body and things like that. So it's really important that we are working towards raising our vibrational frequency, because Gaia is doing her own ascension, and we're having kind of a hard time keeping up as the humans, right? As the people living on this planet. We have a huge gateway tomorrow, 4-4 porthole. I don't think it's not a shock to me that a lot of people are quarantined right now and being asked to rest and stay inside. I think that a lot of people need different things. We need to remember there are billions of humans on this planet, each getting their own individual lessons and what they need to learn to grow and to evolve. And that doesn't surprise me, because sometimes on the ascension path, it is needed that we kind of stop and maybe even reassess how we're living our life, and are we kind of in alignment with our higher self and things like that. So it doesn't surprise me as we're going through these ascension upgrades that we're going through this space that we can see kind of as like a quarantine or a rest space with this ascension, because the energies are going to continue to get really, really high. I think that these are powerful energies, and, you know, we can talk about things like cosmic rays and space energies and the effects that they can have in the human body. And I think we're kind of seeing that now with some of the things that are unfolding across the collective. And maybe we could be asking questions like, you know, are there ways that we can easier achieve our ascension goals? Can we be helping humanity more during this time? And I notice a lot of people are going to be more interested in the things that we have to say as light workers, because the world seems to be getting more and more chaotic kind of, right? And a lot of people are, you know, wondering how you're vibrating on a higher frequency, how you're feeling good, how you're not scared or you're feeling amazing. And, you know, I think that it's really important that we're also stepping into our role as light workers. That's the point of all of this, that we're going through all of this external turmoil. You know, it's about to mold us differently internally. So it's really important that we're seeing the kind of the big picture, that this is nothing more than an environment that is meant to literally teach us how to be healers, light workers, right? Teach us how to help, because at a certain level in your spiritual path, it's inevitable that you're going to have to turn service of others and want to help in some type of way. And so it doesn't surprise me that even like when we look at the construct of the matrix, a lot of these jobs are about service. You've been getting taught service your entire life, whether we're aware of that or not. So this year, we're going to see a lot of people that are not on their missions, hopefully getting motivated and maybe starting a mission or something bigger than themselves. And we're going to also go through a huge level of growth in the next like year or to 2 years. We're going to go through a massive amount of growth. A lot of you guys are already feeling that as we've entered into 2020. And like I said, these energies are going to get more and more intense. A lot of people are getting more and more lessons as well, or noticing, you know, kind of time glitches and things like that. So for sure, we're going through a big energy gateway tomorrow, but we also have these super moons. Tuesday will be the third super moon in a row, and we have one more after that. And I think we're seeing the effects of the combinations of these energies, all of the galactic energy that is streaming in now through the weekend. And then we have all of this lunar energy, which is really shaking the planet up as well. And I think we're seeing how powerful some of these energetic dynamics are. A lot of you guys already probably couldn't sleep, or you're just like sleeping different, right? Tired, let me see, maybe more ascension symptoms, things like that, maybe more purging. That's all kind of normal with a lot of these supermoon energies. I think we can see they're really shaking the planet up. And, you know, we're at a good space where we're tending to go through different alignments, you know, at different times as we're needed, and they're meant to be assisting us with our ascension. So we do have a lot of really powerful energy that is streaming in. A lot of you guys were already feeling it, maybe yesterday, the day before. A lot of powerful energy streaming in. This is to assist us with the spiritual. It's divine energy. It is flooding the planet. It is hard on the body, like I said, but it is going to assist us in, we'll say, further activating our DNA, right? And it is meant to assist us with our path on so many levels. All right, I think it's important that we're kind of understanding the nature of reality better, to stepping into our power this year, really, we'll say, moving out of any victim mentality and seeing how we've been the creator the entire time of our universe. And, you know, that doesn't mean we can control the flow of the narrative or information, because like I said, there's billions of people living in one space, right? But I think it's really important that you're taking what resonates for you in your reality, right? That you're keeping what resonates, right? If you're not into something, you would know better than anyone else what you need on your spiritual path, right? I think that amazing things are going to be born. I know that I personally have a light worker mission, and I've been, we'll say, building online groups, online classes, like, you know, all different kind of things like that, so that people can shift to, we'll say, making spirituality more accessible in their everyday lives. I know a lot of people are trying to master, you know, a lot of things on their plate, whether it's parenting, jobs, all of this stuff. And it's very important that we are incorporating more and more of the spirituality into our life. And, you know, so I guess in a way I've already been kind of ready for this quarantine, right? Where a lot of people are trying to navigate living a quarantine life. I was joking and I said I've been kind of living like that for a year already. I thought it might be better for me and my spiritual path to quarantine my energy and to kind of stay away from some of the things as they're unfolding across the matrix. So I know a lot of people are like feeling stir crazy, locked in their houses, not knowing how to navigate, you know, but that kind of experience. But a lot of people that are empaths have already been kind of living, you know, isolated, quarantined within their own energy, comfortable like that. So I know a lot of people are going through a lot of adjustments right now. Just kind of respect where you are in your path and just know you're right where you should be. And we can't have this awakening without shaking up everything as we know it. And so, you know, I say we have a lot ahead of us on our ascension path, right? We have a big timetable ahead of us. So we do have a lot of work. And this is kind of where the point in our journey, like hitting 2020, where the energy is becoming noticeable. And this energy is powerful. I've been working with energy for a while. It can be kind of crazy feeling. A lot of people are feeling different things. Some people are feeling real high and real good off this energy. Some people are feeling purge-like effects, and that is happening because we're going up in frequency, and as we are, we're going to continue to shed, to release any negative frequencies, lower vibrations. And so I hope you guys are kind of learning how to navigate this process, living in these energies. As we're going through these big energy shifts, it can have like a purge-like effect, right? Sometimes you guys need more food, more rest, right? To be with yourself, to be with your thoughts, because we're kind of going through this huge expansion so fast. So if you guys are quarantined, use this as a space to further get into the spiritual. I keep telling you guys, I'm doing a meditation tomorrow. Even if you're not like signing up and doing some type of meditation, go meditate on your own tomorrow, right? So we can go find some time to meditate though. And especially with sending healing to the collective, you guys know that you can find the event I'm doing on Facebook and sign up. And it's always beautiful to come together for some of these transmissions and groups and things like that. So for sure, use this space, whether you're watching more YouTube videos, reading some of those spiritual books you haven't had time to read, right? Literally taking an online class. There's so many of them. You guys know I do a ton of them too. Getting more into spiritual stuff, whether it's healing, Reiki, energy, meditation, anything that you're into on these topics. And just really use this space to see that we're meant to be on this healing journey. And some of that is bringing back soul knowledge as well. So sometimes you guys are kind of in a learning phase, we'll say, right? We're in a learning phase where we're assimilating a lot of knowledge and information really fast too, whether it's, you know, videos you're drawn to or just picking up things or just things you're seeing. You are learning so fast. So make sure that we're using this space for the next couple of months where we're at to take more time for yourself, right? I think that's kind of the whole point of this. A lot of people are really focused on the external reality right now and the material and the way they've been living their lives. And like I said yesterday, this is kind of putting people into the basics. Hopefully you guys are changing your priorities over this as we're continuing to see kind of the effects of what is going on with the collective. Hopefully people are rethinking what is important, right? Or suddenly a lot of people have been very focused on their jobs, and maybe some of those people have been sent home, right? To do family stuff or, you know, to reprioritize. So it's really important that we are kind of getting back to the basics of what is important with this shutdown too, for sure. And there's nothing more important than this ascension or this awakening. All right. Let's see, Zaz, good morning. Morning affirmations. This is what we're doing, right? Some good vibes. The morning's my favorite time of day. We can tune in the best, right? So I like to spend time alone. You guys notice I'll probably come out later and do videos and do my work. So I like to take the time in the morning. I did a clean, like I just cleaned the house and I sage. I kind of am into routine, right? I clean, I sage, and I spend a lot of time alone. So the morning is a really good time to tune in. I like to meditate the best when I wake up and when I'm going to sleep. Make sure you guys are meditating. Why do we need to do that? We're noticing this can be like a draining society for a lot of people. Empaths too, right? Sometimes people are like, it can be draining around people or places and things like that. So it's important that we're recharging our own energy, especially being people so big on energy exchange, right? Sometimes you guys are empathic. So you're kind of like a sponge. You're absorbing things, and usually not the good things, right? Like the bad vibes, and then they're feeling good, the people around you. So it's important that we're clearing and taking care of our own energy. For sure, make sure you're meditating. All right, say positive affirmations each morning to open the gates of manifestation. That's all I'm focused on. I need to put a post up in one of our larger groups where people are reporting posts, and that's cool, right? I get that we're not going to bring together 50,000 people and everyone resonate with the same things, right? But I am someone who loves to not censor people. If you want to talk, go for it, right? We should live in a world where we can voice our opinion, right? So I see a lot of things getting reported, and we're not going to agree with everything, but where I'm at, I'm not into politics. I'm not into the news politics, right? Into this kind of stuff. I'm kind of removed and unplugged more and more from that version of reality. For me in my everyday life, I am very focused on healing my work, manifestation, right? Literally. So that's what I focus on in my own everyday reality, just my own world and what I'm doing here and what I'm working on and what I'm manifesting and the spiritual work that I do. Right? So make sure that you guys are still figuring out manifestation. It's powerful. We're going to really be able to instant manifest. And you guys have been doing this your whole life. That's why our lives sucked for so long, because we were literally thinking about fear-based thoughts, right? Things we didn't want, and we were bringing them into our world and our reality. And so it's really important that we are mastering, this concept that we're instant manifesting. We're manifesting the things that we're thinking about. If you guys focus on something hard enough, it will manifest. And I say that as someone who has really like pushed myself with this stuff and kind of seen crazy things with it. So for sure, whatever we're focusing on or talking about will happen. We will bring this into reality. That's why we need to be very careful with our words, but we also need to stay really focused on what it is that we're trying to manifest. All right. Regina, good morning. I like these cards. We're doing mermaid messages. I'm trying to remind you guys of places that were higher level of consciousness, where we would have been more connected with the element of water or nature. Soulmate relationship, new romance with a spiritual basis is here for you now. I always say this all the time, but I don't know your relationship status. If you are with someone, perhaps you can bring more life and love into that relationship. And if you're not with someone, I always say everyone should get ready for love, because this planet is going to see some plot twists it is not ready for. Don't think we came this far to just what? Self-destruct. Not again. Not this time. I think that we're going to see people become kinder and more compassionate and be fast to help and serve. And so I know that we are coming from a world that was much different, that was very service of self at one point in time. But just as we're shifting and changing, so is the rest of the planet, just as we're growing. And so I believe that we are completely on a planet where everyone will be service of others in some type of way. And that is just so powerful to think about. All right, Phil, good morning. Set your sights higher. Increase your standards and expect more for yourself. Don't settle. Why do we expect so less for us? You should see my manifesting list. They're pretty basic, right? Why do we think that we are not entitled to these kind of things, but other people are, right? But other people are. So we need to raise our standards with what it is we're asking the universe for. I know. Start to ask for the impossible. I need like 5 miracles a week. People think I'm joking. And if you expect miracles, you will get them. I'm serious. So when it comes to what it is that you want to do with your life or what it is that you're manifesting, make sure you're putting your dreams and goals out there. I was told, because like my whole manifesting list just fell in with this, I guess we can call it, with this retail apocalypse or whatever that's unfolding, right? So it kind of like threw my whole timeline off. Like I had some things planned and I couldn't do them, and that's okay. We had to be flexible, but I was assured that I'm still supposed to be like manifesting goals and dreams in my bucket list. So that tells me we are gonna have some semblance of, where we were in a different type of way. For sure, make a bucket list. Put it out there what you would be doing with your life if you could be doing anything, whether it's like places you want to go, things you want, whatever it is. Karen Smith, time to dream bigger. Swear. All right, let go of small thoughts about yourself. See yourself succeeding, right? And we've been like literally our own biggest obstacle our whole lives. I know that's part of enlightenment, realizing that and changing. We've been sabotaging ourselves for a while in how we've been seeing other people, the world, trust issues, things like that. It's time to let go of these things. Make sure you're being really supportive of yourself. That can be really hard, right? Usually we're like, as humans, we're complex. We have so many feelings. We have built-in consciousness, right? So many feelings, just complex. Human nature is. But we need to be very supportive of ourselves during this time. It's easy to see some of the bad going on in the world. Focus on the good, even if it's like a flower outside. Something you like, the food you're making, right? Start to really focus on the good in your life, and it will amplify that on so many levels. If we start to really look at what's going on in the world and focus on the bad, we will create more of that, not intending to. So as light workers, what we can do right now that would probably help the collective the best is to unplug from any type of negativity about the collective, true or not, right? True or not. Some of this negativity, whether it's coming from the mainstream news or just people you know or Facebook, try to unplug from this stuff. Just try to really focus on what is going good for you in your life. I think this is a really good spot where we can kind of rethink where we're going as a society too. It's going to push people to have to change some of the things that were not serving people in the process of whatever's unfolding. All right, Karen Smith. Watch your thoughts. It's important to only think about what you desire, not what you fear. And this stuff is hard. I know all about it because I thought I was doing like really good with my thoughts. And then, you know, I feel like I slid back a ways, right? And then I'm starting over. And so, you know, it's like when we're doing this ascension, it can feel like we're like making this progress and sliding back. For sure, pay attention to your thoughts. Our brain was meant to be more like a computer, more like a supercomputer, where what we're focusing on, we're not just directing our thoughts and energy, we're directing all of consciousness, right? So whatever we're focused on, we're literally directing our experience. So that's where your path is going to move towards, whatever you're thinking about. Someone on our Reiki group wall just asked, what is my aura saying to you? And I wrote back, like, I was like, I like this kind of deep conversations. I said, it's probably your energy field or your aura is literally conveying what you think about all day long, probably, right? What are you thinking about all day long in your mind? That's having a big impact on your energy field and your aura as well. So for sure, we're projecting outward, you know, whatever's going on inward. Clean up your mind, clean up your thoughts. I know it takes a lot of practice, just really focus on it for sure. I know we had a lot of kind of negative programming. I feel that as the frequencies are going up though, that if you can elevate to a high enough frequency, any type of like negativity, even in the mind, will go away. Like you can transcend all of that. All right. Wayward Starseed. Make a decision. Feeling stuck or indecisive? All right, listen to your intuition and make a decision. I think everyone's feeling kind of like that right now. But like I said, we're in transition. We're kind of in between worlds right now. So it's really important that we're kind of seeing that. If you guys are feeling stuck or like you guys have plans and they're not really evolving, just kind of trust where you're at right now. All right, Vanessa Smith, love it. No sleep, right? That's how I'm feeling, right? I have a cat. We're conscious parenting here. No sleep. All right, Vanessa, make a wish. This is a magical moment. Make a wish and enjoy its manifestation. And this is a powerful gateway that we're in here. Let me check. Like I said, we can actually go and check some of these space weather apps, right? And see what's going on. So I know for a long time, people are like, oh, these are fun ideas. But I think we can go check and see we're at a K3 index. And so we do have a lot of energy coming in right now. I feel like my ears, I've had a lot of like, we'll say activation. And it feels kind of like when you're flying or going up in altitude and things like that. I know a lot of people are hearing frequencies, having ringing in the ears, all sorts of kind of ascension symptoms, and our body is changing. Like I like to go look on Google at the proposed evolution that humans went through when they would have evolved, right? And we are meant to be evolving from that Homo sapien template to Homo luminous, they call it, which is almost like an angelic being. So everything about us on the physical is also activating and expanding. That's why this isn't done overnight. It's like a whole process that we're going through, that these energies are, you know, putting us through. But there's such an expansion happening, especially with a lot of, you know, our energy centers. So we have all these energies pouring in, and they're very much lighting up our own energy centers, our body. We're processing energies in different places. Our brain is literally being rewired, where areas that have been inactive our whole lives are now, you know, being used, lighting up. You know, we have such an expansion with the internal organs moving around, things like that. So this is kind of a big process, but you're meant to be having fun, Vanessa, right? Don't forget to have fun in all of this too. If you guys are parenting, that's why you have children, to remind you to have fun and to pull you out of kind of your world too at times. But, you know, that's for everyone. For sure, have fun. The dolphins know the importance of playing. Joy creates miracles and manifestation. I usually do better when I get excited, like when I'm doing these videos, right? As I choke. I can come here and be like, oh, it's Monday morning, great, I'm here another day at work, right? And I'm probably not going to get the same response as if I'm doing like an event and getting excited or have something kind of going on that's lighting me up. That's why we need to have fun, because that's how we really light up, by being happy, right? Happiness. We glow, we light up. It's contagious. So for sure, try to have some fun too, even though we're kind of at this place. Tamiris Garcia. Helpful person. Someone wants to help you. Think of whom it might be and initiate contact. Some of you guys do need to ask for more help. I swear we have a lot of resources in the spiritual too, even if it's like you don't want to ask people for that help. Ask your angels for more help, right? Ask your angels. We do have at this time, and I say at this time because I don't believe this paradigm will be permanent, that at this time we have a lot of like healers and readers and light workers here to assist that have been here for a while, that are kind of, gatekeepers and here to assist. Use that help while it is here now, literally. Like, ask for more help. As empaths, a lot of you guys are the fixer, where you're used to like fixing up everyone and helping everyone else and holding everything together and making things better. But make sure that you're either asking for help or just putting more of an investment into yourselves. And that's something I need to talk about, because literally people are like, well, I can't invest anything in myself. Look where we're living. You have your time and energy. So that's the most powerful thing that you can put into yourself. Sometimes I had to take like extra days off and just put that energy I would put out to my job, to myself, right? And oh my God, what a result that gets, right? So I think that a lot of times we're looking to change the outer reality. Like, a lot of people are going to look to change, the world and things outside of themselves. And we can't do that. You guys should know that from trying to fix and heal and change other people, that you can't do that. We can only kind of change and heal ourselves. So it's really important that you're investing more of your own time and energy into yourself, taking better care of yourself as we're going through this. All right, Kim, love it. Simplify your life. Swear. Time to declutter your home, work life, to balance the flow of activities. This is all kind of stuff we're kind of ahead of the game with, where we've been doing a lot of organizing and cleaning and things like that. Make sure you guys are cleaning up your lives, literally. Ask yourself, are the things in your home coming to heaven with you? Are they a good reflection of heaven on earth, right? Some of you guys have closets to clean out, attics, garages, I don't even know. Anywhere where there's clutter, maybe do some dusting, spring cleaning. Make sure that you are using this space to kind of clean up, though, for sure. So some more cleaning. That could be spiritual cleansing. I say, like, I've been saging a lot. All right, Kim, also another card for Kim. Positive energy. Surround yourself with positive people and situations. Avoid negativity. Literally try to avoid negativity. I'm really good at avoiding people. If you guys know me, I'm pretty good at that. I usually like try to do my work and kind of unplug more. So I'm not kind of as accessible. Make sure that you guys are avoiding negative people. It can be really draining for you, but also see your purpose as light workers. Sometimes you guys are learning with negative people so that you can kind of create a positive change, So literally just kind of see it, but try to disconnect from any negativity, whether it's people, stuff that doesn't resonate with you. All right, Susan. Worthlessness. Know that you deserve to receive good in all ways. Make sure that you see that you're amazing. I know, but people are like, but you don't know me. You don't know about this whatever happened 10 years ago, or you wouldn't think that. Oh yeah, I would. Oh yeah, we know all about it. I'm just kidding, right? No, just kidding. The universe does. You have been a work of art that the universe has been working on this entire time, and you're far from done. So just see how amazing you are, that literally the entire universe will bend at your whim if you need or want something, or, are trying to draw something to you. This is about getting excited, though. I feel that, that's really the secret of manifestation, is to get excited, right? If we're not enthusiastic about it, why would the universe be, right? So this is all about us kind of finding what lights us up. They say find your bliss, find your purpose, your passion, and that's so important. Whether you guys love to do art, right, or help people, or you have skills, abilities, things you're good at, make sure you're kind of following your own dream, your own path, doing more of what lights you up. That's what really makes us contagious. I know, because because, sometimes I have days where I'm just like, oh, whatever. Oh, whatever. And I'm not feeling it. And then sometimes I have those days where I'm real excited and charged up. And, that's when we're most magnetic, right? Contagious magnetic. Everything just kind of aligns. Our manifestations start to arrive. And sometimes we're feeling like we're not getting the things we're asking for, but I think we need the right energies to materialize these things into the physical. And we're in these energies right now through the weekend. So this is a really high period for manifestation. Go make a list. What do you need now in your path? Whether it's experiences, the material things, anything. We can manifest anything that we need or want to do this. So maybe make a list. I say we're not always clear enough with our angels. Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on any given day, and I know you guys too. So we're not always clear as we're always kind of going back and forth, changing our thoughts, changing our minds. Make a manifestation list. Work with crystals. Just put it out there. I use visualization for manifestation. I daydream a lot, right? I'm going through the motions of my life, and sometimes I'm daydreaming. I'm trying to focus on stuff. I'm just staying positive about it. I like to speak things into reality where I'm talking about it and then it creates it. So I will be letting you guys go. If you're looking to do an event tomorrow, I'm doing a 4/4 meditation. That'll be really powerful. You guys can go find that event